We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And there you go, Charles. A guy you liked an awful lot coming out of college, I know, making the stop behind the line.
Yeah, I thought he had the best instincts of any linebacker I'd seen in about the last decade. Crashed together with some tremendous athletic ability. Not bad for the first month of his NFL career.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
And the decision paid off indeed. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Another run here with Dobbins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Giants.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Gano the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. Touchdown here to kick it away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. for the Giants on third down. Throwing is Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Play action. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get it behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
9th play of the drive coming up. It's certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return, Jackson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
The Giants at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense The next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And that'll be caught by Tony.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. Here's Jackson to throw.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Jones and Shepard with a connection there for Giants first down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Hudson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First target, first catch, and a first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's got some space here.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Jones.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and they'll remain down by 2. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go play action with Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Devin Duvernay came into the NFL with the reputation of being a playmaker, and he lived up to it in 2021. All-pro return man, led the league in punt return average. Baltimore wants to get that explosiveness more involved in their offense, and here it nets them the first down.
Jackson on first down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. It's Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will push the lead up to 12-7.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
While he was adjusting to the NFL game, Odafe Oweh had 5 sacks as a rookie, and he's only scraped the surface of what he can do.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. Able to avoid him. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. I know it's tough to make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are coached so well. They have to break at least one tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Barkley, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Another try for Barkley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Well, they certainly didn't get what they wanted on that play. That means it's a big-time decision on what you call on 4th down.
Absolutely, because a field goal here doesn't do him much good.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Jones throwing for it.
Flush to his right. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Being chased out left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice game.
I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, It may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Jackson to throw.
Buying time to his, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Giants, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll try to